ẹ bá mi pè é o. àfíjù. kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? àfíjù. rédíò. àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfíjù. lórí WhatsApp. àfíjù. Instagram. àfíjù. Facebook. àfíjù. lórí X. àfíjù. lórí YouTube. àfíjù. lórí TikTok. àfíjù. kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? àfíjù. ẹ bá mi pè é o. àfíjù. rédíò. àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ àfíjù. gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo àfíjù. rédíò àfíjù. rédíò àfíjù. rédíò àfíjù.
Our help is in the name of the Lord. Our help is in the name of the Lord. For the Lord our God is mighty.
I will praise you in the sanctuary.
Your Sunday experience just got better with elevating gospel gems and gist that will put you in the right atmosphere.
Them say the blessing where you do, Ojo. Them say the salvation where you do, Ojo.
We are victorious. We are victorious.
Searching for where to get news about your favorite gospel icon or know what's trending in a Christendom? Gospel and Vibes is your every Sunday tonic, packed with two amazing segments. The ultimate Sunday blessings, where you listen to beautiful gospel gems guaranteed to get you praising the Almighty. You also get to listen to the latest gospel and church gist, keeping you updated about what's trending in the gospel scene. Listen to the scripture through God's servants with inspiring messages to uplift and empower you. Join Bukola Karim, The Books, and Tolulope Awoyale, Tiana, every Sunday from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. for Gospel and Vibes for an unforgettable experience that will leave you feeling uplifted, inspired, and connected to your faith. So get ready to elevate your spirit and ignite your soul.
Authentic God.
From the creation story in Genesis to the promises of Revelation, the Bible is filled with stories that have inspired moments and transformed lives in so many ways. Discover how these ancient accounts still speak to us in this modern world. Let's explore the Bible together and uncover the treasures within.
So join me, Pearl Durotoye, as I delve into the rich tapestry of Bible stories every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Radio Afinju. God is love.
Stay informed with news on Radio Afinju.
The time is 4 minutes past 7 and you're welcome to newspaper headlines on Radio Afinju. This is how we bring you the news making the waves in our national dailies to your hearing. My name is Tolulope Awoyale and I say good morning to you and happy Sunday. Yes, now if you're here to follow us on our social media platforms, kindly go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, all at Radio Afinju. And also you can listen to us on our website and also on Zeno Radio and on Radio Garden Radio Afinju. And this morning I have the Punch newspaper with me. I have the Nation newspaper and also This Day newspaper. I'll be bringing you the banner headlines and the front pages of the newspaper. Now I'm picking Sunday Punch first this morning. 2027 Atiku delays ADC membership card collection and rumored Jonathan comeback. The rider under it says ex-vice president dismisses threat as ADC chieftain says party courting Jonathan. Aregbesola boast of victory says God with coalition and Abdullahi knocks critics. That is on the page 33 and page 3 and 4 of the Sunday Punch this morning. Now moving on to the top corner of the Punch newspaper this morning. Tinted glass permit. Police silence fuel anxiety over August 12 deadline. That's on the page 3. Tinubu and Obasanjo others also pay tribute to ex-minister Ogbe. That's on the page 10 of the Sunday Punch. Now to the side of the Sunday Punch this morning. 2027 politics behind Abiodun's move to demolish Daniel's house, PDP says. That's on the page 10. And suffering and smiling. Tales of Nigerian nurses' endless sacrifice with poor pay. That's on the page 14 and 19 of the Sunday Punch. Expel Wike and Autumn from PDP. Lamido tells party leadership. That's on the page 10. Orphanage where caregivers divert aid and expose children to hardship. That's on the page 8 and page 9 of the Sunday Punch. The last headline here says police detention experienced pushed me to study law. 71-year-old Babcock graduate says. That's on the page 18 of the Sunday Punch this morning. Now moving on to the Nation newspaper. The banner headline here reads 2027 ADC struggles for presence in Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, Delta and others. The rider under it says state leaders await directive from Abuja, and that's on the page 5 of the Nation newspaper. Now to the left top corner, Obi in dilemma over presidential candidate. Chances dim in ADC, Labour Party and PDP, and that's on the page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Benga Daniel and Dakpo Abiodun in fresh face-off. The rider under it says ex-governor alleges plan to demolish his house, hotel and others. Allegation not true, says Ogun State government. That's on the page 6 of the Nation newspaper this morning. To the top corner, to the bottom of the Nation newspaper this morning, Tinubu and Akpabio and Akume others mourn ex-PDP chair Audu Ogbe. That's on the page 5. And lastly on the Nation newspaper this morning, police Showore not tortured in custody, detention unlawful. That's on the page 7 of the Nation newspaper. Now to the last one I'll be picking this morning, This Day newspaper. The banner headline here reads Amechi, I would defeat Tinubu if ADC gives me ticket. I know his weaknesses. And the rider under it says, claims Obi won presidential election in Rivers, denies ever engaging in election rigging, says electoral malpractice involved governors and diversion of public funds via government agencies. Challenges Wike to take a walk along the street of Port Harcourt to prove his popularity. That story is on the page 5 of This Day newspaper. And also still on this day, NNPC exits Buhari era road tax credit scheme after paying $577 million and 822 billion naira in 16 months. The rider under it says federal government shops for 3 trillion to fill funding gap. NNPC to focus on core business functions, and that's on the page 6 of This Day newspaper this morning. And that'll be all I'll be picking this morning. So now we'll go on a short break, and then when we come back, we'll dive into the story fully. Don't go anywhere, just stay right with us. You're welcome back, and this is still newspaper headlines on Radio Afinju. Now, I'm picking the Punch newspaper first this morning. The story here says 2027 Atiku delays ADC membership card collection amid rumor Jonathan comeback. The story says, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has put a hold on planned collection of the African Democratic Congress membership card amid growing speculation that former Goodluck Jonathan may join the 2027 presidential race and is being courted by the ADC. Atiku, who recently resigned his membership from the People's Democratic Party after prolonged internal dispute, was scheduled to formalize his defection to ADC with the collection of his membership card. The membership card will be presented to Atiku by ADC officials in his hometown of Jada in the Jada local government area of Adamawa State. However, our correspondent gathered that the ceremony was slated for Wednesday, August 6th and was postponed indefinitely without an official explanation from the former vice president's camp. This is even as a chieftain of ADC told our correspondent that the party has been holding discreet talks with Jonathan over a possible presidential run in 2027. Speaking with our correspondent, the ADC chairman of Adamawa State Chapter, Shehu Yohana, said Atiku's formal reception into the party has been postponed without a new date. I speak with the former vice president on phone on Friday morning, and he told me he has shifted the event to mid-August, but no specific date was mentioned. From the way things are going due to one issue or another, the event may even get to September. He also said he was waiting for some All Progressives Congress governor who were planning to join ADC to the camp before his event in Jada, Shehu said. Meanwhile, a chieftain of the ADC at the national level who did not want his name on the print told a correspondent that the postponement may not be connected with the power tussle between Atiku and the former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. And the news is well detailed on the Punch newspaper this morning. Says Atiku delays ADC membership card collection amid rumored Jonathan comeback. Well, we already know that Atiku Abubakar has announced his defection and he resigned from the People's Democratic Party, but is yet to join and announce his admission to the ADC, that's the African Democratic Congress. Now we're moving on, still on the Punch newspaper. I'm picking this story here that says 2027 politics behind Abiodun's move to demolish Daniel's house, PDP says. The Ogun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has accused Governor Dapo Abiodun of embarking on vendetta following the state government's move to demolish the house and hotel of the former governor of the state, Gbenga Daniel. According to the PDP, the growing feud between Abiodun and Daniel, who is representing Ogun East in the Senate, is rooted in their 2027 senatorial ambitions. The PDP said Daniel was ready to seek re-election while governor, who lost a seat to the late Burunji Kashamo in 2015, was also interested in the seat after the expiration of his second term in 2027. But the special advisor to Abiodun on media and strategy, Kayode Akimade, urged the PDP to focus on its internal crisis and stop meddling in state affairs, stating that government policies were guided by law and public interest, not partisan politics. Early on Saturday, Daniel accused the governor of ordering the demolition of his Shagamu private residence, the Asoludero Court Conference Hotels Limited, as well as the hotel annex in Shagamu. Daniel, in a statement signed by his media aide Steve Oliyide, said the governor's order was conveyed in notices of contravention, quit, and threat of demolition within the next 3 days, which were pasted on the properties on Friday, August 8 at about 4 p.m. Copies of the notice sent to journalists indicated that, amongst other things, the properties in question contravened the provision of the 2022 Urban and Regional Planning of the state. Daniel, however, described the allegation leveled against him as laughable and one that is rooted in thuggish and political vindictiveness in its highest shameful level. Yeah, and that is well detailed on the Punch newspaper this morning. It says 2027 politics behind Abiodu's move to demolish Daniel's house, PDP says. I'm still on the Punch newspaper this morning, picking this one that says tinted glass permit, police silence fuel anxiety over August 12 deadline. With just 2 days to the August 12 deadline for the vehicle owner to obtain or regularize their tinted glass permit, the Nigerian police force has remained silent on how it plans to enforce the directive, a development that has left motorists anxious and uncertain. The reviewed focus on tinted glass permits dates back to May 1st, 2025, when the police reactivated their digital tinted glass permit platform after years of public complaint about abuse, extortion, and arbitrary arrest linked to tinted windows. The platform, according to the force, is meant to enhance transparency, make the application process easier, and strengthen national security, particularly in curbing crimes where tinted vehicles are used to conceal occupant identities. To ease compliance, the police initially announced a 30-day grace period from May 1st, during which motorists could apply for new permits or regularize existing ones. The force public relations officer ACP Muyiwa Adejobi stressed in a statement at the time that the enforcement would begin once the grace period expired and warned officers against harassment or extortion during the enforcement. However, following a widespread public feedback about application bottlenecks and accessibility issues, including complaints from motorists in the rural areas and those without internet access, the Inspector General of the Police, Kayode Egbetokun, extended the grace period to August 12, 2025. The news is also well detailed on the Punch newspaper this morning. Said tinted glass permit, police silence fuel anxiety over August 12 deadline. Now moving on to the Nation newspaper this morning. The first story I'll be picking here says 2027 ADC struggles for presence in Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, Delta and others. The major challenges to the quest by the African Democratic Congress ADC for power in 2027 are beginning to manifest 5 weeks after many opposition politicians formally adopted it as its vehicle for the aspiration. The battle for the party's leadership, which broke out as a former Senate President David Mark was named the interim national chairman and Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola as national secretary, has continued unabated. Some party functionaries in the old dispensation are refusing to acknowledge any change in leadership, with some even going to court to challenge what they call illegal takeover. Some others, including the party's presidential candidates in the 2023 Dumebi Kachiku, are threatening more litigations. Chairmen of the party in Borno, Benue, and Nasarawa states are resisting the new leadership in Abuja. Investigation by the Nation across the states revealed that despite the fanfare that attended the July 1st, 2025 by the opposition, its presence in many states appears to be feeble for a party that hopes to displace a ruling one. It was gathered that the new neck of the party is yet to settle down and understand the needs and challenges of the state chapters. And on their part, the state chapters, which are in tune with the new leaders in Abuja, are waiting directives on how to get the party going at the grassroots. In Lagos, Kaduna, Ogun, Oyo, Ekiti, Bayelsa, Delta, Borno, Edo, Sokoto, Enugu, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Ebonyi, and Kebbi State, amongst others, the ADC looks more like a fringe party. Although the George Ashiru-led executive committee in Lagos remains in office and no notable politician has so far switched allegiance, the state remains a stronghold of the APC, which won the July 12 local government elections overwhelmingly. In neighboring Ogun State, The only time ADC made waves was in 2019, where Prince Goyega Nasir Isiaka contested that year's governorship election against the man who later won, Prince Dapo Abiodun of the APC. The news is well dated on the Nation newspaper this morning. Says 2027 ADC struggles for presence in Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, Delta, and others. Like we all know that the ADC, that's the African Democratic Congress, is a new party that is formed as a coalition party to unseat the current ruling party, which is the All Progressives Congress APC. But now it is made known that the ADC, that's the coalition party, is struggling for presence in Lagos, Kaduna, Enugu, Delta, and in other states. Still on the Nation newspaper this morning, I'm picking this one here that says Tinubu, Akpabio, and Akume mourns Audu Ogbe. A statement issued by the Ogbe family said the elder statesman, who was also the former Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, died on Saturday, August 9, at the age of 78. The family described the deceased as a patriarch who left a legacy of integrity, service, and dedication to the country and community. It is with deep sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved husband, father, and grandfather, Audu Ogbe. He has passed away on August 9 at the fulfilled age of 78. He departed peacefully, leaving behind a legacy of integrity, service, and dedication to our nation and community. We are comforted by the many lives he touched and the example he set, the family said. Reacting to the elder statesman's demise, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu described him as a patriot whose wisdom, dedication, and pursuit of progress left an indelible mark on the Nigerian's political landscape. In a condolence message to the government and the people of Benue State, the president said the nation had lost a statesman of rare intellect and commitment to national development. According to a statement issued by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president also commiserated with the late politician's family, friends, and associates. President Tinubu noted that late Ogbe's deep intellectual contribution to policy formulation and his skill in articulating practical solutions to the country's complex challenges. He was always ready with facts and figures to support his propositions. The nation will sorely miss his insightful perspective and wealth of experience, the president said. The news is also well detailed on The Nation this morning. Says Tinubu, Akpabio, Akume, and others mourn Audu Ogbe. And I'll also be picking this last one on The Nation for this morning before we go on a short break now. Gunmen abduct 9 passengers in Kogi State. Gunmen have abducted 9 passengers at the Ogbado Junction on the Itobe Anyingba Road, Ofu local government area of Kogi State. The driver of the commercial vehicle conveying the passengers and 6 others escaped the abduction, and sources revealed that the incident occurred near the Ogbado Junction at about 4:20 p.m. on Friday. It was learned that the gunmen stormed the highway as the Hummer bus conveying the passengers approached, and the bus, which belongs to a transport company, was said to be heading for the eastern part of the country. The gunman was said to have started firing shots, forcing the bus to halt. The driver of the bus, identified as Sunday Okechi, escaped into the bush along with 6 passengers, while the remaining 9 passengers were abducted and marched into the surrounding bushes. Sources added that the scene of the abduction was about 300 meters to a military checkpoint along Ogbado or Chamadu Road. Security personnel were reportedly mobilized to the scene, where the bus with registration number ENZ55XS and a blue Toyota car Carina E were found abandoned. 2 vehicles have been taken into safe custody, and security agencies, in collaboration with the vigilante group of Nigerian members and local hunters, have since commenced a search and rescue operation to track the kidnappers and the victims. Spokesman for the State Police Command, SP William Aya, confirmed the incident, assuring that security operatives were working towards rescuing the abducted passengers. Yes, we're in touch with our men, and the command is making efforts in collaboration with the military, vigilantes, and hunters to rescue the victims and arrest the criminals, he said. And that is well detailed also on the Nation newspaper this morning. But before we go on a short break, the next headline I will pick in says police: Showore not tortured in custody and detention lawful. Now we're going on a short break, and then when we come back, we'll continue bringing you the news in proper. Don't go anywhere.
Life no get duplicate.
Na so ẹ̀mí ò láàárọ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Make you take am easy.
Na so o.
Radio Afinju says if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Make you take am easy.
Na so o.
This awareness is brought to you by Radio Afinju.
Maka akụkọ okwu gbasara ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị, egwu ma ọ bụ ihe na-eme na Naịjirịa ma ọ bụ ihe na-eme na mba ofesi, omenani, mgbasa ozi, ihe ndị a niile dị na Radio Afinju. N'eziokwu, Radio Afinju bụ nke izizi na radio stations na Osun State. Radio Afinju bụ amaala n'ịgbasa ozi.
Our help is in the name of the Lord. Our help is in the name of the Lord. For the Lord our God is mighty.
I will praise you in the sanctuary.
Your Sunday experience just got better with elevating gospel germs and gist that will put you in the right atmosphere.
Them say the blessing where you do, Ojo. Them say salvation where you do, Ojo.
We are victorious. We are victorious.
Searching for where to get news about your favorite gospel icon or know what's trending in a Christendom? Gospel and Vibes is your every Sunday tonic, packed with two amazing segments. The ultimate Sunday blessings, where you listen to beautiful gospel gems guaranteed to get you praising the Almighty. You also get to listen to the latest gospel and church gist, keeping you updated about what's trending in the gospel scene. Listen to the scripture through God's servants with inspiring messages to uplift and empower you. Join Bukola Karim, The Books, and Tolulope Awoyale, Tiana, every Sunday from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. for Gospel and Vibes, for an unforgettable experience that will leave you feeling uplifted, inspired, and connected to your faith. So get ready to elevate your spirit and ignite your soul.
Authentic God.
For the best music,
Show me capital business. Show me character dickiness.
season sport presentation,
Round 10 begins. If they complete this round,
balanced and objective news reportage, and all-round entertainment. Listen to the jewel of the pack of radios in this class. Tune in to Radio Afinju right here in Osogbo, Osun State.
From the creation story in Genesis to the promises of Revelation, the Bible is filled with stories that have inspired moments and transformed lives in so many ways. Discover how these ancient accounts still speak to us in this modern world. Let's explore the Bible together and uncover the treasures within.
So join me, Pearl Durotoye, as I delve into the rich tapestry of Bible stories
Every Sunday,
5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Radio Afinju. God is love.
For up-to-date tori wey no get filter.
Politics matter.
Sport.
Ya lo hace. Pierna derecha, directo al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo!
Culture. Naija and obodo oyibo music. Advertisement wey go reach your customer home and abroad.
This is incredible.
Na on top Radio Afinju you go hear am.
You can't be serious.
Na so. Radio Afinju be baba for all radio stations wey dey Osogbo, Osun State. Radio Afinju na better level for broadcasting.
Alrighty then.
ẹ gbọ́ báwo la ṣe é ṣe lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ òun tí ìgbèwé fi dùn lóyin ládùn tá a sì kó àwọn ọgbọ́n ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan àmọ́ ń pa àlọ́ àpamọ̀ àmọ́ ń pa àlọ́ àpagbè pẹ̀lú oríṣiríṣi ẹwà èdè láti ṣe ìmúpadàbọ̀sípò ẹwà èdè Yorùbá ní rédíò Àfínjú ṣe ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àtẹ àlọ́ ò mọ̀ wáyé lórí rédíò Àfínjú ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta táwa la tọ́kùn ètò gan-an Olúwabùkọ́lá Ọláwùmí ìyéèwé rédíò Àfínjú ọmọ wọn níjẹ̀ṣẹ̀ òṣèré onílé obì ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni àtẹ́ẹ̀ka ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin èwe o ẹ pàdé Olúwabùkọ́lá Ọláwùmí ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ìsinmi ní déédéé aago 7 sí 7:30 alẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pẹ́ dé o.
You're welcome back, and this is still newspaper headlines on Radio Àfínjú. And now I'm still on the Nation newspaper. The headline here says, Sowore not tortured in custody and detention lawful. The police on Friday night dismissed allegation that the arrest of the political activist Awoyale Sowore was illegal and that he is being tortured in custody. The clarification contained in a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer FPRO Olumuyiwa Adejobi followed a wave of protest about Sowore's detention. The statement reads, contrary to the falsehood of being circulated, Sowore was arrested based on credible corroborated allegations involving criminal offences such as forgery, cyber stalking, and other infractions currently under the active investigations. The arrest was effected in full compliance with extant legal provisions and with strict adherence to constitutional safeguards due to process and right of the suspect. To be clear, Sowore was released on bail well within 48-hour constitutional window in accordance with the provision of Section 35 of the 1999 Constitution under the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. He is fully aware that the nature of the allegations against him and has been duly informed of his charges. He is expected to appear before court of the competent jurisdiction in the coming days to answer the accusations in a lawful and transparent judicial process. Continuing, the police described as false and grossly misleading allegations that Sowore was tortured and subjected to any form of human or degrading treatment while in custody. The police force maintains a zero-tolerance policy for torture in alignment with the provisions of the Anti-Torture Act 2017 and in fulfillment of Nigerians' obligations under applicable international human rights instrument, he said. And that is well detailed on the Nation newspaper this morning. It says Sowore not tortured in custody and detention lawful. Now moving on to this day newspaper this morning, picking the first one here that says, Amechi, I will defeat Tinubu if ADC gives me ticket. I know his weaknesses. In a confirmation of his ambition for the presidential candidate ticket of the African Democratic Congress ADC, former Minister of Transportation Chibuike Amechi has stated that he is confident in defeating President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election if he secures the ticket of the ADC. Amechi, who claimed that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, won the presidential election in Rivers State, denied ever being involved in election rigging. He added that he had consistently declined to serve on the election planning committees of the All Progressive Congress, and speaking yesterday in a video Weekend politics. The former governor of Rivers State also challenged the minister of the Federal Capital Territory in some Wike to take a long walk along the streets of Port Harcourt to prove his popularity. Amechi says he knows Tinubu's strengths and weaknesses. I tell you, I've not had an election against Tinubu. I know Tinubu very well. I know his strengths and I know his weaknesses. I know if I am allowed to fly the flag of ADC, I will defeat Tinubu for sure, he said. I challenge any politician, living or dead, to come forward and say that I was part of a rigging. In fact, all the appointments given to me by APC to join election planning committees, I have refused to participate. There was no one I participated in, and that is because I know what they discuss. I listen to them, I hear them, and if I get the ticket, I will reveal those things. Amechi alleged that electoral malpractice often involving state governors and diversion of public funds via government agencies. The news is well detailed on this day this morning. It says, I'll defeat Tinubu if ADC gives me ticket. I know his weaknesses. Now, I'm still on this day newspaper. I'm picking this headline here that says NNPC exit Buhari era road tax credit scheme after paying $577 million and 822 billion naira in 16 months. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) has officially stopped the funding of the road infrastructure tax credit scheme, and a flagship policy introduced during the administration of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari after committing $577.6 million and 822.3 billion naira to the program over 16 months, according to a report from the Federation Account Allocation Committee. With the exit of the NNPC from the scheme, which allowed the national oil company to focus on its core business functions, the federal government will require 3 trillion naira to complete road projects awarded under the company's tax credit scheme. RITCS was launched in 2019 under Buhari's administration through Executive Order 007. The program allowed private sector participants to finance the construction and rehabilitation of critical road infrastructure in exchange for tax credit equivalent to their investment. The withdrawal of NNPC from the scheme is coming amid sweeping reforms in Nigeria's oil and gas sector following the enactment of the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) and the company's transformation into a fully commercial entity. The exit was lent aligned with NNPC New's operational focus on profitability and efficiency, reducing the extent of quasi-fiscal obligations that previously characterized its operations under the government directives. Reports from FAC Post-Mortem Subcommittee for July, covering February 2024 to May 2025, which was cited by our correspondents, showed that the NNPC contribution to the scheme were channeled through the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) under the joint venture JV Gas Companies income tax (CIT) obligations. These payments were deducted monthly from the company's tax liability of the National Oil Company and allocated to road construction and rehabilitation projects approved under the scheme. That is well detailed on that. The This Day newspaper says NNPC exits Buhari era road tax credit scheme after paying $577 million and 822 billion naira in 16 months. Now to the last news I'll be picking this morning, still on This Day, says police confirm 5 killed by bandits in Kwara State community. The police commissioner for Kwara State, Adekimi Ojo, has confirmed the killing of 5 persons, including a police officer in the Babanla community, Ifelodo local government area of the state, by armed bandits. He disclosed this on Saturday after a joint on-site assessment of the security situation of the area conducted in the state with the Department of State Services (DSS). Adekimi Ojo revealed that a police officer, Adejumo Wasiu, and 4 other civilians were killed during the invasion by the assailants in their hundreds, shooting sporadically. He said they were also attacked the divisional police headquarters and the main market town. According to the police commissioner, on the 8th August 2025, armed criminals numbering in their hundreds riding on motorcycles invaded Babanla community in Ifelodun local government area and attacked the division police headquarters and raided the market. The assailants fired sporadically, killing 5 people, including a police officer Adejumo Wasiu. A swift and coordinated response by police operatives, Nigerian army personnel, and vigilantes and also local hunters repelled the attack, restored order, and initiated a full-scale manhunt for the perpetrators. The Commissioner of Police, accompanied by the State's Director of DSS, met with the traditional ruler of the community, Oba Yusuf Aliu Alabi Arojojoyi II, held high-level discussion amid a consolidating peace and strengthening interagency and community security collaboration. The Joint Security Delegation also toured key locations in the community, including the market and also the divisional police headquarters and surrounding areas, to ensure the stability has been fully restored. A statement by the spokesperson of the State Police Command, SP Adetum Ejire Adeyemi in Ilorin, said the Commissioner of Police ordered the sustained armed patrols, continuous intelligence gathering, and the deployment of special tracking teams. And similarly, the DSS pledged continuous intelligence support to apprehend all those involved in the attacks, and the police command reiterated its unwavering commitment and synergy with sister security agencies to safeguarding lives and properties and part of the state, urging the residents to stay calm, remain vigilant, and cooperate with security agencies by providing credible information. The news is well detailed on this day this morning. Says police confirmed 5 killed by bandits in Kwara State community. And that is all that I'll be bringing to you this morning on the newspaper headlines. Make sure you join me again next week Sunday by 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. for newspaper headline, because I'll be bringing you more updates about what is going on in the society from our newspaper and the national dailies. My name remains Tolulope Awoyale. And do not forget to follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, all at Radio Afiji. You can also follow us on